Welcome, welcome. Okay. We're gonna, actually, maybe I'll get some headphones on. And we're gonna kind of do a sleepy review of my first few over-the-board chess matches. Fix this thing too, so it's over here. Bam. Okay, that's a little better. Wham bam 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 bam. Ba da 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 da. Wow, that's like super directional, huh? Okay. If I just put it like right there. Then I'm on this side, then I'm on this side, then I'm on this side, then I'm on... I can do this. Yeah, now it's just singular. Okay, just trying to adjust these levels. Alright, that's good enough for now. Let's kind of get into this. So, I'm gonna also put these on YouTube for myself to look back at, so that I can have fun when I'm old and dying, looking at the first over-the-board chess games I played that are rated. I've played real-life chess quite a lot, but not too much tournament play, but let's check it out. So I have 2 of my first 3 games from September. That was my first tournament. First rated over-the-board anything. A couple games from a marathon that had one really good game, one really bad game. Still lost the really good game because I was out of my mind or something. And then I have a tournament with 3 games from Saturday, November 20th. Mixed results. So in the first tournament, we'll check this out. I don't have my very first game. I just don't know where my score sheet for it went, but whatever. I won that one. It was fine. The lady hung a knight, and from there it was just a long game of conversion. So this game was against a kid named Diego. He had some cool hair. Basically, he's not super high rated. I'm not super high rated. My online rating is about 1500. My over the board rating, when I'm starting the tournament, unrated. And then we go from there. His rating, I think, was technically like 600 or 700, but irrelevant. So let me just restart this thing right here. Okay, we're gonna refresh that page, and then we're gonna go, okay, now, I played as black, so we're gonna flip this, and now for black, I play either the Caro-Kann or Sicilian. So in this one I did Sicilian, and on the first couple moves, I thought he knew maybe what he was doing, but turns out I was just going insane. I just played a very, very long game of tennis, and I ran over to the tournament hall. Well, drove over and then ran down the block from my car. So, wasn't super there mentally speaking. No excuses though, stuff happens. So he had e4, c5, brings his knight out, bring my knight out, brings his bishop. I'm not worried about this. Just getting my fianchetto set up because I like to go for the dragon because I'm a fool. And he does that, and I'm like, oh, maybe this kid has heard of the Alpin. Maybe it's random, maybe it's Maybelline, but here we are. So I'm gonna put that out. make my king a little weaker for no reason. Usually I put my bishop out here. I don't know why I put a pawn out. Honestly, have no idea what I was doing most of this game, as you'll see. Missed mate in 1 several times, mate in 2 a few times probably. Just was not able to comprehend the game of chess. So anyway, he puts his other center pawn out, his D pawn. Building some tension there in his center. I can take now. I cannot take now. I don't want to take, because if I take, he takes back, my knight's going to get messed up. So, wonder what happens. I bring my bishop out. He castles. Nothing terrible so far, He's just playing. I'm just playing. I'm playing bad moves. He's playing alright moves. So I bring my knight out. Again, no reason. I'm just giving him ways to like mess up my whole deal for no reason. So he moves his pawn up. Like I said, now my knight's under attack, so what do we do here? Well, attack his bishop. So if he takes, I take, and then he takes, and I take. And that would end up with either my queen coming under attack or him losing the pawn for 2 pawns. I have a bishop, he has a knight, he's a pawn up. I think, right? No. Anyway, I can't think. Brings his queen. It's not great for me. I castle, just completely ignoring everything. And I'm pretty sure, so in this last position, I'm pretty sure I should have brought my bishop somewhere, or, moved my rook, or done anything about the threat that's about to happen. And yeah, if there's a reason I have the analysis on, because I don't particularly remember this game. It's like blunt force trauma. You don't really want to remember it too carefully, or you might go into shock of how messed up everything was. So anyway, I castle for no reason, just giving him a huge advantage. He takes, I take, he takes. Now I have a knight down for no reason. I'm under attack. I'm in a super constricted position. So what do? We move our rook. We move our rook to B, the B file, not the bishop file. He brings his rook out. Again, there's kind of like, as long as he doesn't do anything insane here like I'm doing, he's in a super solid spot. There's honestly like, if he's like a stronger player than his over the board rating, there's kind of nothing I can do, right? Because I'm not that great. My highest rating has been like nearly 1600, right? So nothing special as far as tournament play goes. But anyway, onwards and upwards we go. Bring my queen out. Again, I'm just trying to do anything now that I've messed up the position completely and I've lost a knight for no reason. But he immediately brings his bishop over there. Not the best move, because it doesn't really pin anything. Like, I'm not planning on moving this. He can bring this. I would take. If he takes, I just move somewhere. We'll figure that out eventually, because if he's threatening this, I don't know, I have it protected in several different ways, and I'm not going to take with my other pawn, hopefully. This day, on this exact day, I might have just taken with my pawn and totally messed up everything, just because that was how I was playing. So, take b2. Yeah, so that's just chilling out there. But I do take it, so turns out that was a very, very not great move. So just like you were thinking, I was like, look, free pawn. but it brings my rook way out. There's nothing else around here to support that guy. So like, what am I gonna do now that I'm over here? I can't like go here because the queen will take me. Can't go here. That's guarded by like 4 pieces. You know, queen b6, knight g4. Yeah, so anyway, this day I was playing like super terribly. He does this little push where again I can take, but like, I don't know, everything's bad after I hung a knight. So, you know, I take, he takes, get my queen out of there. He goes b2, with that knight just getting some development in there. Again, can't do anything there. And this game, like, if you just tuned in, I was just playing so terribly. It was honestly like, I don't know what was happening. I just got to the tournament hall right after a long game of tennis, so I was pretty exhausted. But you know, no excuses. I went h5, just trying to do something. He goes c4, attacking my queen and my rook. So after this, we went on. Like, we played on. Yeah, so that's a huge blunder, because why is my rook even over here? Like, I got a pawn, but like, I was already pretty messed up, and just having my queen there as well, like, I was not even thinking this whole game. So the game went on. I don't know why it's in this little like extra zone here, but let's see. Now I'm pretty sure this extra review, yeah, no coming back from this. So I went over here. I don't know why in my original thing I had that I went back like that. This was input on my phone originally. So this alternate timeline that we have down here with these moves, this is what actually happened. So I went to a7. He took the rook for free, and now this is the worst, because now I'm down a knight and a rook, but still later in the game he hangs mate in 1. So, you know, never say die, right? But man, I was just getting killed. And again, this game was my first in-person rated game. So, you know, I'm just out here doing what I do. I'm like, okay, I can at least, you know, I can get something off the board. Again, trading pieces when I'm down so much, that totally is like counterintuitive, because I want everything on the board that I can keep so I can create the counterplay like you mentioned. But you know, what do you do when you're going insane? You just trade everything and hope and hope. So I bring my knight back, brings his other knight up, I bring my bishop out, just hoping for anything. Puts his knight over, attacking my bishop. And of course, what do you do when you want to keep all the pieces on the board? You completely ignore that and move your queen over to, I don't know, attack his other knights. You know, maybe if he moves his knights, then I get the bishop if the queen ever moves. You know, there's no good idea here, but I'm trying. Because at this point in the game, I'm just like, oh my god, I've just messed up everything. I just tripped myself out because I'm not used to these time controls. I'm not used to like the clock. The whole time, anytime a knight moved in the game, I wrote K and then their square. So if you were to input that into a computer, it's as if the king was jumping around like it was a knight the whole game. And I looked at it after the game, I was like, the whole time I was writing down that the king's jumping around. Just absolutely tripping myself out. So, of course, he moves his knight to fork these guys. This guy can still be traded. What do? You know, let's take that so I don't lose my only other rook. Obviously, he can do this first. Now I have to double my pawns if I don't want to just give away another queen. So here we go. Brings his other rook to the other open file. So now I'm just, you know, absolutely getting destroyed. This whole time he can still take my knight. Because he doesn't, I move it out of the way to try to get something. Now maybe I can take that, and then I would only be down a rook, because he's not going to take back with his queen, and then I have a queen and a rook versus two rooks, right? So brings his queen over there, my pawn's hanging, my knight's now pinned. Not great. Move the pawn up, because now if he takes, I get a free bishop. That would be so nice. But he doesn't. Puts me in check first. I can't, not that I should catch a break in the game. Obviously, I'm playing horribly. And again, the whole time I'm sitting there just guzzling water. Like I need to in real life right now. But after the first night I lost, I was just like, this is just pretend like this whole game doesn't matter. Like I'm not in it mentally. Obviously, there's nothing left for me to do, but let's just try to play it out, see what happens. Because again, the kid is like, technically he's rated like 700. Technically, have a rating that's much higher based on like 10,000 games. So there's always a chance, right? Whoa. Okay, wait, no, sorry, whoops. So he puts my king in check. Here we are. Puts my king in check. I move, so queen can't put me in check there, can't put me in check there, can't put me in check there. Okay, so we're trying to mitigate the damage, right? Trying to do whatever we can to just continue with the game, look for a chance, look for an opportunity. Then he puts me in check again. I'm like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Like I'm so dumb. Let's put my king in the corner. Let's see. Actually, that's my top move in the situation based on chess.com's analysis. Still, not great. Not great when your best move is to just completely trap your king in the very corner of the board. Things are looking pretty grim. Brings his rook down. Things are looking more grim by the moment. Move my queen up. Obviously, chose the worst of my options. Because now if he moves his bishop anywhere, I could get that. Maybe he'll miss it. Doesn't miss it. Protects. And moves his bishop somewhere. This wasn't even a threat at all. In the game, I was like, oh, I'm so cool. I'm making chances. Nah, dude. This was a day of insanity. So we'll dress every move as it comes. Try to keep up chances, and instantly make a move that's just like way worse. Way worse. Apparently, browser wants me to just sack the queen. Maybe bring this over. I don't know. Terrible. Anyway, I move into a worse position. He gets a free pawn. Again, I move into a worse position. He attacks my queen. Move into an even worse position. Doubles up his rooks, which honestly gave me a better chance. Because it took us from, what was that, like mate in 5 or something. So, he didn't see that. So this kid, he was like, everything in this game was me just forgetting how to play chess. He wasn't making particularly amazing moves. I was just putting myself in the worst position with every move. So, he wasn't like super tactical or anything. I was just making it so easy, which, whatever. So bring my queen over here. I'm looking for this. Brings his pawn up. Now I can't do this, but I could still do this. This is what I meant. That would make him bring this back. Maybe I could go up. Maybe I could get something over here. If he ever moves the queen. We're looking for things at this point. I'm looking for anything I can do. Move my queen, give him a check. Mate in 2. What do? I look at this in the situation, I go, there's gotta be a mate here. I'm so close. Mate in 1, right? And I don't know what I was thinking. Like, this isn't real, this didn't happen, but right around here, again, I don't have the final analysis of this game, but basically things shuffled around. My queen ended up like over here. I had mate in 1 if I just moved there, but for some reason I thought the rooks had me or something, because one of these guys moves over. And anyway, the game ends with me just resigning, because I'm like, I missed mate in 1, missed mate in 2. I missed a lot. But yeah, that was the first game. So, what do you know? I lost as black against a kid. Damn, feels so bad. So